Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Roach Wiggle, December 7th, 2023. It's going to be, it has been a long time since the last live stream. I'm glad to be back. I'm now looking forward to the work that must be done, considering the work that was already done. Let's see, did anybody... We have a last-minute donation drawing person. Boy. Well, last minute person. I gotta write some things here. This is great. Came in just as I started the stream, basically. Think you would be live at all this month. I'll say hello to everybody first, and I'll get to writing in that entrant. And this entrant, you know who you are. Split things up very methodically, so I'm gonna have to do that. But anyways, let's say hi to everybody. We got Zen Monkey, Alan, Jojo, Altered Pants, Braden, Exotic Wilderness, Stephen Logan, Satchel Watts Kerr, and Orang Mango. Happy non-denominational government mandated holiday. Nothing wrong with a mandated holiday, I guess. I want to big shout out to Jojo Bugs. That is why I was not here last weekend. I was getting things ready for Jojo Bugs, also known as Arthropods Canada, as we had discussed. We had a debilitating blast this last weekend. We, as some of you probably know, I think I brought it up that Jojo was coming here to take pictures of everything. We, as I expected, spent most of our time working on the office. That was absolutely horrible. I hated catching tiny roaches and shoving them into clear petri dishes, and we got a system going, and it was as best as it could be at the time, I think. And every Roach Crossing Live is my little holiday. Blast Cat, hello. Yes, so Jojo and I got as many pictures as we could. We did not get almost any pictures of isopods. There's still like 300 isopods that need to be photographed. We finished everything in this room, so there are a lot of new roaches that have never been on the site before that have been photographed, that will have fresh photos on the overhaul. But a lot of roaches did not get photographed. We were running out of time, and Sunday night we kind of flitted around the basement bug room getting pictures of stuff that I really wanted to just sort of get up. So like some new pictures of some hisser strains and various projects and stuff like that. We did get through a lot of the non-roach stuff that was down there, except for isopods. Basically, the two big chunks of stuff that have not yet been done are roaches and isopods. There's still a lot of millipedes I didn't get to either. There's a lot of stuff. Hello from the fast lane. Hello, Chain the fast lane. So yes, it was wonderful, Jojo. Thank you so much for coming out here, and also for doing all of the major lifting for editing the photos and organizing them and all that stuff. The overhaul is going to be more work than I ever possibly fathomed, and I'm not even doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes like Jojo or Mr. Zen Monkey are going to be doing. But I start on that next week. My apologies, by the way. It's okay, Eric Matthews. LC, hi, Kyle. Hello. So yes, there's a lot ahead. It's going to be a lot of work, but I think that will make Roach Crossing one of the best bug husbandry resources on the internet once it's finally finished. And I start in earnest on that next week. So we did photography last week. I finish up inventorying bugs this week, and part of a little bit of next week. I have an expo on Saturday I need to be at. Otherwise, they'll kick me out of my table, so I have to be there. So I have to prep for that tomorrow. But then next week, all of my time is getting funneled directly into the website. I will probably do Roach pages first. Obviously, it's Roach Crossing. Roach pages first, and then work my way through other things The last thing I get to will probably be isopods, because that's going to be a slog, and we don't have any pictures for like all of the ones that I have. Jojo commented on how it's difficult to know what I have because only people see what's up on the site, and you basically have to come to the live stream to hear about what else I have. But then there's the gigantic wall of isopods. It's like, I don't know how many feet that is, 50 feet wall of nothing but isopods, just crammed into every square inch. And all of a sudden there's a lot more work that needs to be done. Stephen Logan says, have a burning question I've been itching to ask. Could the tiny little silver springtail looking things infesting some of my roach bins came with them from you? Yes, that's entirely possible. That is I think it's Lepidostridus. Jojo, I think, got some pretty decent pictures of that species. We can probably get it to genus. I think there's already a tentative ID to genus for that entity. The problem is I never added them to bins. They showed up on their own one day, and they just kind of repeatedly show up on their own all over the place. I've seen them in the wild around here in Michigan, so it's obviously one of our local fauna. So, but I'm hesitant to call them anything past genus until I get a species, or even give them a decent species ID, because if I'm not moving them around, they're popping up on their own, then I have no idea if there could be multiple species and the like involved. So it's easier to just sort of give a blanket term for them, because I don't have much control. And Monkey says, already one of the best bug resource websites. I appreciate that, but I can do better. Exotic Wilderness says, kind of quick question. Was speaking to Alan, now he keeps Yurikos to Kipians. He keeps them with a butt ton of dwarf whites when they eat the ooths or molting roaches. It's kind of weird and back and forth. I can't really parse out situations. I've kind of given up for now parsing out situations where it's fine to use dwarf whites with roaches and times when it's not. With millipedes, and other isopods, it's kind of more clear cut, because they definitely compete directly with other isopods, monkey, and with millipede hatchlings for food and resources. And they turn the substrate into a powder that not a lot of stuff likes to eat. So it's a little more clear cut with that. But with roaches, there's a little bit more ambiguity. And I've been keeping them successfully. Definitely with blabberids, they're definitely fine with blabberids. I keep them with Elliptorhina and Blaptica. But with egg-laying, like blattids, that's a little bit more. I'm not 100% sure. But I do have a huge colony with my Blatta orientalis, and they're doing quite well. So it might be a food availability thing. You need to have like enough organic matter that the dwarf whites eat that, because it's preferable to them to other things. It might be that. It might be a humidity thing where you need to keep the air drier so the dwarf whites stay in the substrate and don't bother the roaches. But then, the roaches might want higher humidity. So when something works for somebody, clearly it's demonstrable you can do it successfully, but you need to do a little bit more asking or digging about whether or not it's sustainable long term. So again, Alan's pretty top notch when it comes to moderating conditions in low ventilation bins, so that might be a part of it also. So I'm going to take a moment now to get our last donation drawing entrant set up here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the donation drawings. Thank you. Thank you. You know who you are for your last minute donation there. I appreciate it. Just gonna go ahead and put it on my little thank yous sheet here. I regret not to make anybody feel bad, but I regret to admit that we did not reach the fundraising goal. That being said, I decided to leave orders open while I'm working on the website thing, but there is a high minimum order, so this will help to prevent me from having to box up 50 tinier orders and instead maybe do a couple of larger ones to keep the gears turning. So that being said, thank you everybody. I do need to put an update on the homepage when I get to site work of how much I have raised, and I will just leave the donation thing up all month until the site goes down or whatever happens with that, so that people can continue to fund the work as they see fit. So excuse me for 1 second here for this person and their last minute donations, and who they are present in the stream, so I'm going to send them their numbers right now via email as one big batch. And as sloppily as possible, so you know who you are. My apologies for being less formal with this, but I wanted to get it up there so I can get this get the ball rolling here on our festivities tonight. So I have to say, not as many people entered for some of the bigger things as I anticipated. There was one of the smaller things that actually got a lot of the people's attention, and I was very surprised by that. Just go ahead and sort these bad boys. Good old sort going on. And again, I don't want to undersell the amount of work that JoJo and I did. I'm very grateful for last weekend. It was just a blitz. It's an absolute blitz of working on things. And all right, that should do it. We are closed for donations for a drawing. And I can already tell you that somebody's going to be very happy. Chain, no, donations are not closed. You can keep donating. It's just for the raffle. Hello, Subeggs. Good to see you again. I love seeing familiar faces. Thunder Nova. I bought some. His name is a normal for them to stay huddled in the opposite corner of the heat line. Maybe things are too hot. That is what I would say from that, Thunder Nova. Also, welcome to the stream. So again, a certain somebody is going to be very happy with their winnings from this, their drawings, as they are to be called. So without further ado, let's get started on that. We're going to start with the Gigas. I will post the victor in the chat. This is the drawing bull, by the way, everybody. And also I need to get a Word document pulled up for the victors. I have a way to refer to everybody on stream as well. So mix this up. Nice and shuffled. Again, there's going to be two of these where somebody's there is no need to shuffle. They are probably too hot. Yeah, a lot of, which is surprising because I have like 65-ish watt heat lamps. Some of them are focused heat lamps on a lot of my hissers, and they'll be right under it right now. So it's usually some individuals will want to get their body temperature up into the 90s, and some of them will want to be on the cool side. It's nice to let them thermoregulate. It's also possible you don't have sufficient hides or places for them to huddle over on the warm end. That's another reason. If they feel like they're uncomfortable, if they don't have bark or something to grab onto that makes their feet kind of feel kind of weird. If they have to walk on a fresh substrate, they may avoid that area. All right, let's get ready for the Gigas drawings. Shuffle it up a little bit more. And the winner of the Gigas is... I'm going to show the ticket number here, and then I will read the name. The winner is 190081, and that is somebody by the name of Eric. Congratulations to Eric, owner of the ticket 190081. Congratulations on your win there. And thank you, everybody, for your donations to the drawing. All right. No spoilers, but no spoilers, full stop. Okay, next up, we're going to do the pseudoglomerus into the bowl. I'm going to mix them up. Actually, I'm going to write the Word document out really quick. I don't need to until after the winner. Okay. All right, shuffling time. Shuffling. So, how's everybody doing? I think we haven't seen each other since... This looks a little awkward. We haven't seen each other since Thanksgiving. Did everybody have a good Thanksgiving? Everybody had a good holiday season thus far. It's been an awful time for shipping. I have gone out of my way to tell some people that I had pending trades and stuff with that I will not be shipping until January because USPS has fumbled so much stuff in the last 10 days. There's somebody from Discord who's still waiting for their box that was shipped, I think, almost 2 weeks ago to arrive. And fortunately, with a couple of the orders, I'm a very good winter packer, just saying. Things have arrived in good shape, but you don't always get lucky like that. So Exotic Wilderness's leaf mimics, Epilamprine species Coda Kinabalu, also known as species Borneo, are pregnant. I'm waiting on my Gynolurida yellows. I need to actually do my selections for the next generation from satchel stock soon. I've noticed some individuals have more of a greenish yellow than a true, like highlighter yellow, like is seen in my stock that I've had for a while that's on Roach Crossing, the main picture. So I'm actually thinking I might do 2 selections for the greener darkerish females and then one for the lighter females. Also assuming that it's... making the assumption that it's heritable and not an artifact of care conditions. All right. Magnifica time. The winner of the Magnifica is... Put that down to the side. Is... ticket number 190076. Mr. Eric, once again, reigning supreme here with the Magnifica win. Incredible. And I will give spoilers now. This will not be the last of Mr. Eric's wins either, considering some of the other things that were not as popular. Congratulations on your incredible luck so far. I got to see this Tetrodontophora baliensis. Tetrodontophora. Okay, I fumbled that and Google did not pick up. Tetrodontophora baliensis. Oh, those are pretty cool. There's a species like that in Tennessee, actually. I need to acquire. All right, dump that out there. That out there. All right. Next up, we have the Thoria. Eric with the sweep incoming. It could go that way, and honestly, and thank you, Eric, for funding so much of the website overhaul. So we're doing the Thoria groups now. Exotic Wilderness asked you about how I keep my Epilamprine. I have some in a critter keeper or a faunarium that are doing so-so. They probably want a bit more humidity or the option to have like more cover out of like airflow, but they're in the office, so they get a bit better care. The ones in the basement are in like a 10-gallon, and actually I did a really stupid move and I didn't put a barrier on it, so a bunch of them get up in between the emergency underlay, nylon underlay, and the polycarb lid. So I find a bunch of them hang out up there and they just sort of disappear when they need to go get food from further down. Stephen Logan asking, when can we expect the weekly videos to start back up again? Need my weekly fix. This week, this is the start of it. I got to see what dates the holidays fall onto, but I will obviously be avoiding doing any streaming on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year. Maybe I would do a New Year's Day stream. Maybe not. I don't know. But we are getting back to that, and I may even just do some passive streaming while I'm doing site work. I may just pull up the live stream and have a little pinned thing that says, hey, I'm here to answer questions or talk. Get my attention with a comment or a super chat or blah blah blah, whatever, and we'll do that. Satchel says rigged for the auction. It's rigged, or Mr. Matthews, Mr. Eric purchased a bunch of tickets are the other options. Kyle, how do you keep your yellow Laritas? Awfully right now, they're in 32-ounce deli cups with the sexes separated so that I can have tight control over the pairings. Zero Cool Ninja 88, what's up? Welcome. And Some Egg says, Kyle, my Daropeltis polinoi are having many babies. That doesn't sound like a bad thing. That sounds like a good thing. My Masai Mara. So Daropeltis, I need to actually message somebody about a rare roach I might be able to pick up at the expo from, I think it was Roach Hut. Why can't I remember his name right now? Anyways, Roach Hut has, might have a rare roach I need to talk to them about. But Daropeltis, finding more and more out about Daropeltis. I have some in a Critter Keeper Faunarium up here that are doing well with good ventilation, and there's a really gigantic Pyralis moth infestation in the bin, and they're doing phenomenal. And then I have a larger enclosure of them downstairs as a backup that's doing kind of so-so, that has a bit more humidity. But I'm finding that a lot of blattids don't really have adaptation. I've talked about this before. They don't really have adaptations for dry resistance. A lot of them don't. Even like Paraplaneta lateralis, a desert species, still found in very moist microclimates and is kind of restricted to that. So a lot of them, they kind of desiccate with too much airflow. The exceptions being like polyzosterines and whatever the family, they did move Eurycotis to its own family. The North American polyzosterines are now their own group. Some eggs, yeah, Paraplaneta lateralis. It's funny because Blatta, aka Shalfordella, now known to be Paraplaneta lateralis, is more closely related to Paraplaneta americana than it and Paraplaneta americana are to any of the other things in the genus Paraplaneta. Paraplaneta japonica is basically a cold weather Daropeltis from the phylogenetic work that I looked at, and Australasiae, Brunea, and Fuliginosa are just off in their own little clade doing their own thing too. Daropeltis do take crowding extremely well. It's part of their survival strategy, especially polinoi, with the nymphs to cluster up in places, and they basically form one gigantic aposematic signal, because the bright color of a bunch of nymphs crowded up kind of tells things, hey, don't eat us, we're toxic, and does better than an individual on its own, which may get killed in the process of conveying the information that it's toxic. So it is advantageous to the individuals and to the group to signal as a group. So they're actually kind of accommodated to grouping up. Maybe you need a bit more space when you get some of the final instars. But okay, we're going to draw for the Thuria. And the victor is ticket number 190027. Which I believe is our friendly user Orang Mango is the winner of the Thuria groups. I'm going to write that down here. Congratulations. But they get a good shuffle there. Erica's not allowed to win literally everything. So congratulations. We have 4 more things to go through here. We will do the pseudarmadillo spinosus next. I have to say that I just did millipede, just talking here, just telling you guys what's been up, other than dying with JoJo and dying with a lot of things and dreading having to sit down for hours and hours and hours and type in a bunch of Roach information, but also looking forward to it because I know the end result will be absolutely lovely. I went through and blitzed my millipede enclosures and did a substrate change. We've had a warm wave here. Weather's been quite nice, so we already had a huge freeze over, and I thought I was done for because the ground had frozen, all my compost had frozen, and blah blah blah. And I was like, how am I going to do this? And then we had this reprieve, and so I've been blitzing the leaf litter and the wood from outside and the compost to accommodate my millipedes. Unfortunately, I have had some heavy losses in some species and strains that mattered, like my Mikosuki / conservation Chicoblis spinagarus. I'm down to like 1 male. I really should have set them up on. They seem to like, honestly, I feel like ivories really like well-rotted leaf litter more than they do wood. So if anybody out there purchased or has from a reliable source some Chicoblis spinagarus, the ivory millipedes that were sold with the locality information of Mikosuki or conservation, please let me know. I would like to get a group of them again. It was one of probably the most unique ivory, other than the Big Pine Keys with their solid dark colors. The Mikosuki / conservation have they're just kind of a rusty orange all over, and in a lot of individuals the banding is hard to make out. So I would really like to get those again. If anybody here actually need to, after the live stream, I'll reach out to some people who bought some from me when I had them available and get them going again. Some other things like my Anodinobolus arboreus are doing phenomenal, and I'm very thankful for that. Archespirostreptus are doing quite well overall too. Spirostreptus fisheri, the blacklegs subspecies or variety, have been producing not as many babies as I want them to, but enough. And I think I have like a group of a dozen in an old enclosure that I'm going to raise up for me and then start making babies from the main enclosure available. Eric Matthews says Thuria pediveriana. I don't know what that is about. Are you asking how mine are doing, or who won the Thuria? The all 3 Thuria groups were won by Orang Mango. It was one big group of all 3 species. Speaking of which, I'm going to do the drawing for the Pseudarmadillo spinosus now. And we have the victor is ticket number 190078, which is our beloved friend Eric M. Again, congratulations, Eric. You can't lose except Thuria, apparently. So congratulations yet again. I hope nobody's getting frustrated by this. But get used to it. Maybe not with this next one, but get used to it. All right. Third to last one. We have what it is. At least I know what that is. I got what I came for. All right. Well, Orang Mango's happy. Next one is the Simon Doa Conservarium groups. And this is this I'm gonna just spoilers here. This was actually the group that the most people donated for. I mean, I guess I am known for roaches, but it was kind of a little bit shocking. Actually, the one that people donated the least for was for the I think it was either the Gigas or the Pseudarmadillo. So I thought that was kind of weird, especially with the amount of people inquiring about Gigas. So does anybody know if a Gigas import came in again recently? Because I have noticed a drop-off in people asking for Gigas. There have been some months where every day I can expect 2 to 3 emails about Gigas, and some months where it'll be lucky if I get one a week. So I was just curious if anybody's seen those totally captive bred and totally legally imported Gigas come in lately. So not that I want to get any more. I'm content with my little family of Gigas here, and hopefully expand that family over the coming years and figure out some of the husbandry keys that I've been not 100% sure on over time, but I think I'm coming to a conclusive Gigas propagation. One of the bigger places was listing adult Gigas for a couple months this year. Yeah, I forget which one. Underground usually seems to get them in here and there, but then I never hear of success from people who've gotten them from, well, not just from Underground, but just from anybody. UGR. So there's TJ thought maybe it's a strain thing, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I don't know. I'd be curious to see if import groups are female heavy, and that might explain it. I also have some ideas on how to work with orthoporous, and I think I'm kind of back and forth on whether or not I want to go out of my way this summer to get a good group of orthoporous from like West Texas in the wild myself, so I can grab some wholesale or rather retail lots, and then grab like 3 adult pairs and keep 3 mating pairs caught in the act in the wild, and then set them up in the enclosure style that I saw Ben Quintana very convincingly breeding them in. So not a full-on Texas trip, though. My body's not ready for that. Probably not until after I move, too, because if I go to Texas, I'm going to make it really worth it, and I really need the building for that so I can accommodate everything I get, because I don't know how many more Texas trips I would have in me over my lifetime. If others were like me and Laurie, we just gave up on getting Gigas. That's the thing, though. It's everybody's like, oh, I'll give up. I'll never get them. When are you moving? So we still no solid date yet. We're waiting for some things to happen. We're just basically waiting for some things to happen, some information to come to light about our options. And if everything goes swimmingly and all parties are in agreement, then there's a fair chance that I would be moving to Holly, Michigan. But there's a lot pending on that. But I would love to be out of this house by early summer or late spring. I would love that. But again, there's a lot of moving parts with this sort of thing. Actually, moving everything is not going to be the worst part. It's getting the foundation for being able to move everything. We could probably get everything moved within a couple of days with enough people and vehicles. No way, I live there. Interesting, Exotic Wilderness. For some reason, I thought you were on the west side of Michigan. Kyle's moving on Tuesday. There's some days to which Tuesday and in which month and in which year, too. There's a marginal amount of debate on that. All right, let's do a drawing for... I can't remember what I was shuffling here. I'll draw one, and I have it all written on the individual things. All right, so the winner of the Simon Doa is this number, 190066, lucky number 66. To Mad Dog. Congratulations, Mad Dog, on winning the group of Simon Doa from the donations. All right. And now, the moment I live in Holly, too. Interesting. A lot of people in Holly. LC, yes. Is that you? Congrats. And try not to dox anybody, but I mean, with screen names, it's a little bit easier, especially if your screen names are just a bunch of letters or numbers. And now for the event that everybody's waiting for, that I personally have been waiting for. We are going to draw for the Gyna. So let's just put that in there, mix it around a little bit. Population of 6K. What are the chances? Yeah, it's fascinating. Bets on Eric. Let's see who the winner of the Gyna is. It's this number, and as you all know, that is going to be Mr. Eric. Mr. Eric winning the Gyna groups as well. Congratulations on your shopping spree here. And finally, we'll wrap it up with the mixed roach group. I believe it was Hemiblabera, tenebricosa, Euthyr pacifica, and Paraspherus pygmaeus, the cultured roach keepers. Recount, stop the count. What number was that? I should not have tossed it. Oh, there it is. 190085. Get this nice up front and center. There. Maybe it'll focus. Hit this problem frequently enough. Stop the count. I'm planning something on January 6th. I need some tenebricosa. Well, here we go. Oops, I missed the thing. Mix it around a little bit. And see who our fortunate son is. We have ticket 190084. Come on, focus, you son of a gun. There we go. For the Gentleman's Roach Collection, which is once more Mr. Eric. All right, and there you have it, everybody. I got lucky because I have fewer boxes to ship for this. Congratulations to our 3 winners over the donation stuff. Just don't mind this is a banana I plan on eating. Congratulations to we'll go in some semblance of order here. Orang Mango for the Thoria wins, to Mad Dog for the Simon Doa, and of course to Eric Matthews, who has cleaned house with the remainder. Congratulations. We'll be in touch. You can I will email everybody from the K Candilli email right now, because that's the one I'm going to be using for the next month for any orders that come through. And let me get that all taken care of right now. So again, congratulations. Let's see, what did everybody win again? I was very quick to close that. All I know is Eric Matthews has monopolized his. And again, closed it out. Goldfish memory today, apparently. Okay, all but the Thoria and Simon Doa. What a cleanup. And on some choice things as well. Okay, let's see. Again, my apologies to dull everybody with the administrative stuff, but it is important that I am prompt with getting this information out to the victors. To the victors go the spoils. Let's see. In the last one, to Orang Mango. Again, thank you everybody for participating. In this lovely event for a good cause. There we are. Everybody who won has received an email, and there you have it. Let's see. Now we can get back to the rank and file of the live stream with Exotic Wilderness really wanting Rhabdoblata rustica. And I just bumped my rustica to a 10-gallon. I'm had them in a large faunarium. They weren't really doing much. I was kind of surprised, so I decided to bump them to a full-size enclosure. In the future, I may not even recommend anybody keep Epilamprine in enclosures smaller than 10 gallons. They just do not take crowding well, and they need a lot of just space and resources to keep going. Very